What's going on YouTube? It's Kayak Quest, and today I am out here on the lake going to be showing y'all how to get gizzard shad all year round. Now, getting gizzard shad, sometimes it can be really easy, and well, sometimes it can be a struggle to get, but I'm going to show y'all some of the things that I look for when getting gizzard shad. So if y'all are new to the channel, make sure y'all subscribe and turn on those notifications so y'all do not miss a video. So I'm going to put this camera here in my chest mount. If I can snap it in place right there. I'm going to try to not throw the camera out of my chest, but of course the first thing you're going to need is a cast net. So this cast net is, I believe, 5 foot in radius. Now this is just a simple Ozark Trail cast net. You don't need a super expensive cast net to get gizzard shad. You know, some of them on the market are, you know, 80 bucks, 100 bucks, but you know, this net right here, I need to get the tangles out of this thing. Yeah, I need to get these tangles out, but you don't need a very expensive net. Some people think, oh, you need the high-end net to catch gizzard shad. No, this net, like I said, from Walmart, this is a $30 cast net. I think it was about $30, but I have a tutorial on my channel on how to throw a cast net, so if y'all want to look that up, it's just how to throw a cast net from a kayak. Of course, you can use the same method in a boat or whatever, but let me show you what I look for. So I'm in a backwater creek right here. The main channel is to my right here, and look at all these flips that's going on back here. So when you're getting gizzard shad, you want to look for these ripples, and then you also want to look for flips as well. You saw one right there, but you want to look for that, and then you want to also look for like bird activity. I don't see any birds along the bank right here, but most of my gizzard shad come when I'm in like 1 to 3 foot of water. Voice crack right there. But see all them ripples right there. I gotta make sure I not get that tree in my net, but I'm gonna make some casts over here. Of course, you can get gizzard shad, you know, seeing them on your live scope or on your graph, but realistically, if you're after gizzard shad, you want to be as shallow as possible, because when you're throwing the cast net, when you throw it, it collapses, and then the more or longer it falls in that water, the smaller it gets. So it's very unlikely you're gonna get shad in the net. We'll make a cast right there. But any time of year, oh, that's a, what is that thing? Well, that's a drum. Well, my goodness, that's a drum. That's not a gizzard shad. I'm gonna remove my rod holder right here just to get out of the way. That's a drum right there. I'll keep him. I need some catfish bait today anyway, but yeah, you look for bird activity. You want to be as shallow as possible, especially in the winter months. Excuse me. The water will warm up a lot faster in these backwater creeks, like the bottom right here, just from previously thrown here, it's very muddy. There's flips right there. I'm gonna throw right there. I want the best throw, but I'm gonna just throw the cast net here for a little bit, for a few minutes, just to show y'all. Oh yeah, yep, got some gizzard shad right there. What did I get? About 3 right there. Yep, got that drum and about 3 gizzards right there. Yep, 3. But of course you can live scope, but with the live scope it's challenging to see the fish when it's super shallow like this. Honestly, I wouldn't even bother using a live scope. If you're like 1 or 2 foot of water, your transducer's probably gonna hit the bottom anyway. But if you're in like a boat or whatever, of course you might not be able to get as shallow as this, but you always want to get as shallow as possible. Wasn't a very good throw right there, but you know, in your body water, if you want to locate on, you know, your Navionics or just your lake maps and see, okay, that's a backwater creek, most likely it's going to have at least some sort of shad. It might be gizzard shad, it might be thread fins, but all year round. It doesn't matter if it's in the summer, winter, fall, spring. I got some right here. Most of my gizzard shad come 1 to 3 foot of water. I ain't get anything in that throw. See all them ripples back there? Hopefully y'all could see. There's a ton of activity back here. I wouldn't be surprised if I made one throw and it's just filled with gizzards, and then I'm done. But I'm gonna go on back here. There's a dog barking over there. But hopefully that's helpful for y'all. If y'all are struggling to get gizzard shad, you really have to look for nature. For nature to tell you, okay, where are these gizzard shad? Take another throw right there. What we got? Nothing. Whole lot of nothing. But if you are in deeper water, like let's say you're in 10 to 15 foot of water, and you know, are you gonna get them? You can, but they would have to be closer to the surface, and then you'll have to probably pull the net immediately just to close the net so they don't go underneath it. That would be my advice. You know, if I see shad on the surface but it's a little deeper, I'm still gonna throw to them because I see them right there. But if you don't see any and you're throwing deeper like that, it makes it very challenging. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, got some right there. Will I get another 3? Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice size gizzards right there. Move the camera back up there. All right, we're making some progress right here. I don't need too many gizzards, but of course I need some for catfish bait. Love gizzard shad as catfish bait. That bluegill, white bass, crappie's good too. Oh yeah, that wasn't even a good throw. Those are a bunch of thread fins right there. I'm not going to keep any thread fins today. They might just be really small gizzards, but I need something bigger than that. Got that drum right there too. I'm pretty sure I can keep them. You know, if it was like a bass or something, of course I would throw them back, but there's some flips right there. Don't mind the dog barking. Wish there was, oh, there's a bird right there. See that bird right there? He's probably, might be searching for food as well. But tell nature where the shad is, or let nature tell you where it is. That's my advice. Oh yeah, look at this. Those are not some gizzards there. A lot of them are smaller. I might throw them back. But yeah, a lot of those are small. Those things are tiny. With as many gizzards that's gonna be in here, I'll keep him. You know, I don't need miniature ones. I want the biggest ones as possible. There's a gizzard right there. All right, there we go. Make a couple more throws over here. Yeah, see how shallow I am? I mean, my trolling motor is about 6 foot below the hull of my kayak, and it's hitting the bottom. That's how shallow these shad are. These things get spooked super fast or super easy. Make a cast to my right. I probably honestly scared a lot of them when I did that with my trolling motor, but give it a try. Yeah. All right. Like a few more throws over here. Yeah, you see bird activity, especially in the winter months. I don't know if I said this, but the water will warm up the creeks a lot faster than the, you know, the deeper water, like in the main channel. And that's where them gizzard shad are gonna hide, or just thread fins. If you got blueback herring in your body of water, that's where they'll be too. Yeah, I think I got some there. Yep. Oh yeah. Thought there was more in there. All right, let's make one more throw. But yeah, you don't need an expensive cast net. The simple, easy way to get gizzard shad or shad in general any time of year. Oh yeah, look at this. We're gonna end on a bang right here. Look at all of them. Oh, those are small. Are there any bigger ones? I see some bigger ones. Wow. Throw him back. I'm gonna throw a lot of these smaller ones away real quick. Get that guy out of there. Throw him back too. I'll keep the rest of those in there, but yeah, guys, I hope y'all found that informative and helpful. You know, you can get gizzard shad, like I said, all year round, backwater creeks. Just let nature tell you where the shad are, guys. So I hope y'all enjoyed today's video, and don't forget, go catch them. Peace.